What's going on? This is David Whitney with Alpha Hawk Fitness. All right, and today we're talking about the difference between getting bigger and getting stronger and what training styles will produce which results. And there's a lot of people out there that confuse this because I hear people like, oh, Jason Blaha and Kinobody. Now, if you look at Kinobody's programs, he always talks about getting strong on key lifts. And these are good lifts to get strong on. He talks about weighted chins, weighted dips, I believe, bench press. Now these are good. This is good for getting strong. But if you want to get bigger, if you want your muscles to grow, these aren't the lifts that you really should be focusing on. Now Jason Blaha says the same thing, similar things. He talks about for natural people, there's really no difference between getting stronger and getting bigger. Now this isn't true because it's different things, different styles of training produce different results. Now, if we look at it, there's studies, especially by people like Brad Schoenfeld, that show the main driver behind muscle growth, behind hypertrophy, is volume. Now, when I say volume, I mean total amount of work, but I'm not talking about you can just grab the 15-pound dumbbells and sit there and just do playing around, what some people refer to as pump and fluff. That's not what I'm talking about. You still got to be challenging your muscles, forcing your muscles to adapt. I'm talking about getting a weight that's challenging, but getting in a good amount of volume. Now, on big barbell movements, this is really hard to do. If we're talking about something like deadlifts, the big three, deadlifts, squats, bench press not so hard, but if you're talking about deadlifts, squats, especially power cleans, it's very hard to do 5 sets of 8 or 5 sets of 10, to get a big amount of volume in. So, like I said, the main driver behind muscle growth is volume. The main driver behind strength is doing big power moves that could translate to real life movements, what people call functional. So a lot of barbell training. You want to get strong, it's barbell training, and it's not going to be high repetitions. You want to get stronger, so you'll be playing with weights that are the heaviest you can handle. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to be working with your 8, 10, or 12 rep max if you're trying to just get stronger. So it really all comes down to, what are your goals? What are you trying to attain? All right, see, me, for example, me personally, I got really like 3 goals. I'm not a power lifter. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm just a guy who lifts. So my goals are, 1, I want to look like I lift. I don't want to just go to the gym and then, like, I happen to mention somebody, I go to the gym and they're like, oh, you work out? I want people to know already just looking at me like, oh no, you work out. Like, can you give me some advice? You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to be going to the gym and not look like I lift. So that's one goal. Another goal is, I want to be strong. I don't want to just be a big peacock. I don't want to just look real big, but big for no reason. I end up getting into a tussle with somebody and they just toss you to the side, and that looks real ugly. I'd rather be 110 pounds soaking wet and get tossed to the side than be 210 pounds and look even uglier when a little guy grabs you and tosses you off. So I want to look like I lift, at least, 190, 200 pounds, which is right where I'm at. I want to be strong. I want to be able to get in there, get underneath some heavy barbells. And number 3, which probably is the most important, I want to feel good. I want to feel healthy. And this one is a totally different type of training that I'll get into also. So for me, what I do, the key for me to getting big and getting strong and feeling healthy, feeling good, being able to move, be able to get up out of my car, no problem, be able to wake up in the morning and get out of bed, dropping something on the floor, not worrying about bending over real quick and picking it up, not sitting there and contemplating, is it worth my energy to bend over and get that? So, 1, for getting stronger, yeah, of course, the big 4, really, actually now I'm actually doing the big 5, I'm talking about things like, of course, deadlifts, squats, bench press, overhead press, strict pressing, and now I'm even doing power cleans. I'm horrible on the front rack. I'm not going to show you any videos. My mobility is horrible on the front rack, but I'm still getting it up. And everything I overhead press, I clean it up. And after I can't press it over my head anymore, I still do the power cleans, keep going up. And I got a great video I got to put out for you guys on how to get your traps to grow. I don't know, they don't look that great right in here with this shirt, but if I do a video and I show you guys this exercise, it comes after doing the power cleans. It's like a power shrug straight off the ground. I stole it from Clove Cove, or however you say his name, that Olympic beast. Y'all probably know who I'm talking about. But anyways, so to get stronger, get under heavy weight, heavy barbells, okay? To get bigger, to get bigger, what I do is, it's got two benefits to this style of training. Because one, you're trying to get volume. Like I said, it's very hard to get volume working on heavy barbell movements. You know why? Because heavy barbell movements will tax your central nervous system. So your nervous system is getting taxed on every set. So now, if you're trying to get stronger, it's best for you to take a lot of time in between sets so you could come back and have your most strength on the next set. Again, you want 3 minutes, sometimes even 5 minutes. If you're doing heavy deadlifts, if you're doing even going for high reps of deadlifts, it's going to be hard to get 5 sets of 10. I would never even attempt to do 5 sets of 10 on deadlifts. Same thing with squats. It's going to take you a lot of time in between. It's going to be a long workout. So I do different styles of training at different times. See, what I do is, I love to do the big barbell training. I love to go heavy. I love to lift heavy. That's what's fun. That's what's going in the gym and you really enjoying it, get underneath heavy weight. I got the music in my headphones and I get hype, and I got the caffeine in my system. I'm having a great time. I'm where I want to be. But eventually I start wearing down my joints, my tendons. Things start hurting. So what I do is, then I switch over and I go into some hypertrophy training. Now it's got two benefits. One is, it's like a deload for my joints and my tendons. I'm not working them like that, because when you're working with machines, what I do is I like to go for the pushes. I work with like the hammer strength machines. The tendons and the joints do a lot of stabilizing with the barbells. You're taking all of that out when you're working with machines. You don't got to stabilize it. It's stabilized. The machine is already stabilized. And for the pulls, I like to do like the cable pulls and the cable pull downs. Like I said, the machine is stabilizing the weight for you. This isn't a move that's going to wear and tear on your joints. And on top of that, this is way better for building muscle, for getting bigger. So now I'm taking a break off of wearing down my joints, and I'm hitting a block where I could get bigger, where I could grow my muscles. And why is that? Because when we're not taxing our nervous system, we could get back to our next set a lot faster. It's a lot easier to get in a lot more volume in the same amount of time, or even less time. I could hit 5 sets of 10 in less time than I could hit 5 sets of 3 on big barbell movements. 5 sets of 3 of working sets on deadlifts or squats is going to take me over an hour. I get 5 sets of 10 in probably a half an hour on machines. And what I do is, I do supersets of opposing muscle groups. So I'll do my upper body pushes and my upper body pulls on the same day when it comes to machines. So in about 40 minutes, I could hit my whole upper body and my entire upper body pushes and pulls, chest, shoulders, and back in about 40 minutes. Then another day, in that amount of time, I'm not going to be able to also get my arms in, so I'll leave that for another day, maybe with my lower body. But do you understand what I'm saying? There's different ways of training for different results that you're looking for. And that's why these guys are telling you something that's not true, and it might make sense, but if you look at them, what results are they getting? I don't want to knock the next person's physique. I know in this politically correct day and age, we'd probably get arrested for that soon if you give somebody like some type of bad image of themselves or something. But I'm just saying, judge for yourself what works. Think about it. Think about what makes sense. If you look at it, look at the Stan Efforton. If you guys are familiar with him, they call him the Rhino. He's the world's strongest bodybuilder. He's the world's strongest professional bodybuilder because he's a powerlifter and a bodybuilder. He squatted and deadlifted both over 800 pounds and bench pressed over 600 pounds. He said when he was doing the bodybuilding style training, it was a lot of the high repetitions. He was doing a lot of machines and short breaks in between sets. Now, if you listen to people like Jason Blaha, he'll tell you that it doesn't matter. There's no difference in styles of training, and you want to take the longest break you can in between sets to have all your strength back to get the most weight on your next set. Now, that's true with strength training. It's not true with hypertrophy training. And I know this is an N=1, a study of 1, but look what Stan Efforton said. This is someone who, the guy's jacked and the guy's strong. And he said that when he was training with Flex Lewis, doing the bodybuilder style training, and then he switched over and he went and started training at Super Training Gym with Mark Bell, he increased his squat by something, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like 200 pounds, like at least 200 pounds he increased the squat by, and he lost inches off his quads. His thighs, the circumference of his thighs got smaller. He lost inches. He got stronger and got smaller because he switched his style of training. So forget what other people are telling you, especially if they're not even getting the results that you want to get. It doesn't make sense. So, like I said, man, take whose advice you want to take, but this is the way I train. And it works best for me because, like I said, when I'm taking a break from my strength training, I'm also taking a break from wearing down my joints. And that's another thing these guys will tell you. They'll be like, oh, big barbell training is actually good for your joints and your tendons. Talk to any professional power lifter, and they'll let you know that no, after years and years of powerlifting, your joints and your tendons are going to be killing you. I seen an interview with that same where I seen that stole that move from Clove Cuff, and they asked him, how do your knees feel? He said, man, I don't even ask me how my knees feel. I'm doing this for my country. I'm doing this for the people that cheer me on. My knees, of course, they hurt. When someone goes to war, they don't worry about how they feel. He's hurting. He's in pain. You look at Stan Efferton, too. He'll tell you after all the years of powerlifting, his knees, he had almost irreversible tendinitis to the point where he just had to take time off, had to stop squatting. He couldn't squat because of his tendinitis. So forget about this bad advice a lot of people are giving you. It's good to take breaks from one style of training because you're going to get double benefits. You're going to get a break on your tendons and your joints, and you're going to give yourself a different type. And this is the thing too. A lot of people call it pump and fluff stuff. You know when it's pump and fluff? When you are pump and fluff. Because it's the same way that people diss CrossFit. They talk about, oh, CrossFit is gay or whatever. They say that bodybuilder style training is pump and fluff. But here's the thing. Let me tell you something. It's not the style training, it's the person doing it. Because when you see me doing bodybuilder style training, trust me, I'm bringing the intensity of an animal to it. You're not going to say that's pump and fluff. I'm not working with some lightweight. I'm working with the most amount of weight that I could pump out for 8 to 12 repetitions. I'm going hard. I'm sweating. I'm going hard and I'm pushing myself. Trust me. It ain't. And if you look at the CrossFit, the people at the top of the game in CrossFit is more diesel than the dudes that's dissing them. So you understand what I'm saying? It's not the style of training that's gay or weak or whatever you want to call it. It's the person doing the training. The mentality you bring to it is the type of training you're doing. You could do animalistic training with any type of training. You see calisthenics dudes that's bringing their A game to it. Barbell training, it's about whatever the type of mentality you bring to it. And I'll always bring intensity to any type of training I'm doing. And it's going to be a different type of pain, whatever that you feel from it, but it's good to to feel a different type of stimulus. It's like when I'm doing barbell training, I feel worn out, I feel dead, and that's from taxing my central nervous system and also taxing my muscles. When I'm doing the hypertrophy style training, I feel the craziest pain. It's not just a little weak pump, like you're just pumping it with 20-pound dumbbells. I'm talking, I feel like I got railroad spikes jammed into my shoulder when I get done training. Like the pain is serious. I'm working, it hurts. There's been times where I just had to stop and I'm just holding myself like the pain is crazy. You know you're growing, you know you're attacking your muscles, you know you're gonna make a difference on your physique. So, but at the same time, when you're working with those machines, you're giving your joints and your tendons a benefit, like I keep saying, a benefit of some rest. Now, the third goal that I have, like I said, is just to feel good, to be able to get out of bed in the morning, get up, to be able to pick things off the floor, to be able to move around and not feel stiff and not feel like a 80-year-old man. And I'm going to get into that on the next video, maybe not the next one, but soon the upcoming video. And it's going to be about core training and how to build up your stability and your stabilizers. And it's a lot different than a lot of people think and what a lot of people have been telling you. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Like I said, I'm not going to come and show you a million studies because people can show you studies. People can try to make you believe anything they want. Look, I get results with my style training. If you want to try it, go for it. All right, until next time.